Vitality did to Complexity. If Vitality do that same thing to Ninjas, then it just confirms the competitiveness between those two teams, and it confirms that Vitality are simply world class. I kind of side with Maniac here. I don't really give a damn about the numbers. I only want to see how Vitality have to adapt if they get pushed. And that's the biggest question as this begins. Will they get pushed? Can anybody push Vitality in this group? Or is it going to take better teams next week to do something about their run? Rez, clean.
Little shove right there.
Yeah. Quick jolt. And Apex is down. Of course, ZywOo will sit in the corner. Oh, the cat flank was well timed, but Hampus missed his chance.
Good.
Awkward. Trolling.
CT's here.
Gonna bring it back. It's the first round of the game. We'll heat up. And at least Rez is up inside of the jungle/window room. Look how much of a distraction he is for the retake.
Oh, yeah.
It just enables the market push. And now Ninjas feel very comfortable in this post plant.
Yeah, they cannot do anything now. Rez being in their window.
So they give up.
He's got renter's protection.
They're done.
He's safe. Plot this position. Okay, never mind.
Clean, though.
Dislodged. It's like when you get something out of your tooth.
Yes.
You know?
Popcorn kernels.
You know it's there. You could ignore it, but...
Pulled pork. The usual suspects.
Chia seeds.
Chia seeds?
My dentist told me to stop eating them for a while.
Just found a cache.
After I got a really deep cleaning because she was like, listen, the reality is they're good for you, but they can get in there.
Like
Rez
did.
window.
Yeah, I was going to say. Got in there instantly, man. Nice clean kill versus Apex. Nice to see him kick it off with the one tap. And again, we want to see Vitality challenged. Not because I have any stock in the Ninjas in Pajamas, but just because I'm here to collect data on a team that has kind of beat up noobs. They beat up noobs. And that's how they got to
because
this
we
point.
want the games to be close and fun.
Not just that. I just want to see how Vitality deal with it. I want to see Flamesy under pressure. My biggest criticism of Flamesy has always been that I think on playoff matches, on big stages with crowds, he drops off. His individual, statistically, falls off. We're not there yet. We may be soon. Give us a challenge. Nothing out of Vitality. Not a single kill, damn it. Brolin just shreds them, and that's Ninjas 2-0.
They played this show match. I was like, wait, what was...
The Na'Vi Vitality show match, right?
Yeah, what was that? I missed it.
It was a show match between Na'Vi and Vitality.
That's it?
Well, they mixed up the teams. Like Simple and ZywOo played on the same team one map, and yeah, it was just those 10 players all jumbled together.
Well,
cast by Maniac and Lucy.
For what it's worth, Flamesy played well in that game.
Mo, I'm gonna break it to you, man. It's not worth much.
Well, for what it's worth, he played well when Simple was on a team and when ZywOo was on his team.
Okay.
And when ZywOo was on his team, ZywOo went 6-23, which is actually kind of ridiculous to think about.
I'm not entertaining these stats. I'm sorry, I won't do it.
He bottom fragged by a mile, which... Did they switch PCs too?
Maybe. Maybe he had bad settings.
A good old best of 2.
Yeah, a classic.
Listen, after Vitality won Paris, the criticism was their run wasn't hard enough because all these tier 2 teams got in the way of Team Liquid. They got in the way of Heroic, right?
Yep.
Turns out someone had to beat them, so Vitality did it. But then after, when they played at Washington, they beat all those teams in Washington. They played against Heroic in the finals, though. They lost, but they beat G2, FaZe, Cloud9 on the way to the finals.
Oh, it legitimized
Sort of
them.
legitimized how strong they were at the time. And before that, you know, they won Rio. They really hadn't dropped many series at all. So it's hard to say that just because they haven't played strong teams after the break that they will get pushed right here. You know, I don't really see it happening, but we are starting off in a position of strength for Ninjas.
Good.
Good.
It kind of feels like, you know, we set up a gladiator match for our entertainment. And at least in Ninja's case, seeing as they are the challenger, we gave them the sharper sword.
Do you think you would ever done that back in the day?
Fight as a gladiator.
Like, you know, BC?
or like attended the events.
No, of course you'd go watch.
You know, there's
UFC.
a world where you and I are commentating ancient Roman gladiator fights. Gladiator. You know that, right? We would be. There's got to be a guy back then who would be like, imagine an analyst desk for the Colosseum.
Yeah.
There was probably a well-dressed Roman man that sounded and looked just like Maniac.
Yeah, and then an Indian man beside him.
And that guy, you know, and then the one really loud one.
Yeah.
And it's just us. It's just us.
I guess that's true. And
It wouldn't have been broadcast, but surely they'd, you know, like there was an after show.
so instead of microphones, would they have those?
They just cup their
What
hands together.
directors have?
Megaphones?
Well, no, but the old ones that weren't actually. They were just cones.
There's your answer.
Because they would have had that. Probably wouldn't have megaphones, BC.
Surely. You know, you got to announce who got decapitated on any one given day. All that good stuff.
That's pretty hype.
So, in this Coliseum,
Back when men were men.
ninjas strike first blood. Vitality wipe the mud off their face from losing pistol in the conversions. Buy up into this one. Let's see who starts the show for the Vitality camp.
Rez said something really sad in the interview. He said, I have to realize that I'm not the player that I used to be.
Oof.
And sort of paraphrased, but it was sort of exactly that. This like poignant realization about himself or something. I mean, it's just like he's not the 2017 was it Oakland? Rez or whatever.
I am Oakland.
He was still top 20 in 2020, I believe.
The times have changed.
Yeah, and they started to sort of recruit players that are supposed to compete with his level of skill, at least on ninjas.
Oof. Not comfortable for Spinks right now. Crazy shot attempts here from Apex. Settle down. Serves up a distraction at least so Spinks can pull back from what was a frag grenade and a Molotov. Config jumps up into the corner opposite Spinks, and Apex still flirts with the idea of a window peek. We've boiled it down to 30 seconds here. Config didn't clear the corner. Spinks easy pickup on that one. We've got two, no, just Flamesy down beneath. A push out from Apex. He charged out jungle, took a huge risk, and runs down two players. Hampus and Head Trick killed by Apex, and that let Magisk just sit beneath where Flamesy had already been cleared, and it ends up being comfortable for Vitality.
Yeah, everyone in really great spots. That's sort of honeypot, I guess, and towards the A site. They didn't really fight him inside of middle, but they had full confidence things were going to go their way once the exec took place. So an interesting situation for NIP where they couldn't really ask for much more on the setup, but looked a bit frazzled as they exited connector. It's going to happen sometimes. I don't know if they want to draw too much from that. If they feel like there's one mistake that stood out, I didn't really spot it. But they'll go right into a first timeout. Did anything jump off the page to you in terms of just like what they...
Yeah, not necessarily what Ninjas did wrong. I just think that Apex ran a risk there and caught two players looking to clear under Palace.
Right.
So that's what let Magisk lock in the last kills. So I don't know if it's a Ninja's mistake or just Apex getting crazy and getting rewarded at the same time.
That would be cool player analysis to do. Apex, you know, from like 2019 to now, individually.
Wow, yeah.
He's just looks so much more refined.
Yep. And you still see that in him. You know, he's got that dog in him. He gets a little wild. Starts barking, not like Hampus, but, you know, figuratively. And he'll pull out some exciting kills, but now he's also just thinking about his own life. You know, that happens as you get older. You start thinking more about injuries and whatnot. And I feel like Apex has evolved in that way. Thinking about the consequences of his actions instead of running headfirst into them.
They're running like a very light first tier execution on the A site, but they're actually not attacking from the A ramp. So a little bit of nuance to this strat right now. Brolin's still in upper B, but eventually this joins up from connector. I think they're having a little bit of trouble organizing right now. We'll see. Maybe they aren't sure exactly what Vitality are doing, but Vitality are only getting more comfortable in the A site, ready for this, because Zaiwu still has a line on B and they haven't pushed him off this angle. That's sort of a mistake for Vitality if there was one. Or sorry, for NIP.
See if the individuals can make up for that. Config's going head hunting. Flamesy cleared out. Oh, Magisk steps out, and that gets Config his second headshot of the round. So nicely done, pulling it all apart.
Yeah, wow, okay. I mean, that was just great shots out of Config. I think they had a really good setup to deal with a Halls pop, especially with Sandwich in play, but nobody gets that trade. Shots are too clean, and that's actually round 1. But still going to say, you know, Zywoo was sitting here, deep on B, waiting and telling his teammate, like, you got nothing to worry about, it's coming to this side. And then the Sandwich peek was a little late, and Flamesy didn't respond to the shadow.
Also, nice drop by Config to fall off and then under. You know, didn't expose himself to Magisk at all. Actually,
Yeah, true. That's true.
Fell down and tucked in. Like Spider-Man.
It's a tough game to play when you're playing Sandwich, because, like, once you peek once, you can't really trick anybody anymore. They can hold you off, they can take, like, a tighter angle inside a Palace, and they can sit and wait for your next attack. So you really don't want to blow it the first time you show yourself, but we see right there, his peek's a little late.
Config double headshot entry. Great way for him to kick it off. You know, I think it is the age-old saying, Config, that a strong start just kind of snowballs for him, and a slow start will keep him out of a map for its entirety.
Yeah, that's what he said himself.
And so 2 kills just like that. I know what it does for Config, and I know what ninjas can do with Config.
Yeah, in like some sort of spiritual sense, he sort of has to believe that it's his day. Otherwise, he feels like he can't get rolling.
And look at that. Spinks caught on the cat peek. Magisk, just the pistol. Hits the dink, but Hampus has 2 health. He'll hold on. Zywoo pulls back. Missed shot.
Ooh.
Ninjas. 5-1 lead looking likely, as it is the new guy left to go save. Ooh, they're getting tested.
They are.
Good.
Yeah.
The gods are mortal. So again, we can sit here and talk about how, you know, the stats and the numbers for Vitality are through the roof. Everything's going they beat EG. They beat Complexity.
Give me a proper high five.
That one was way too easy for Config. And then the whole thing fell into place perfectly for Ninjas. He's going through his Freddie
Even
Mercury
more offensive
arc.
when it sounds almost bored.
Yeah, right? Like,
Well,
like it's almost too easy. But there we go. Zywoo is on the board, folks. It's Config to get sniped out top mid. Hampus returns the favor with the Magisk entry. They're still a little worried about middle, but there's no follow-through from Ninjas on the A site, even despite that return frag.
yeah, I like the pullback because now Vitality are terrified. I mean, we can see the re-aggression coming in. Spinks looking to push the top mid. I mean, I don't know if he turns the corner. We'll see. There's no flash support from behind him just yet, and it's a 5v4, so, you know, he might want to take a risk, but he can still help out Cat. The problem is that if it's a full B hit right now, he's a little bit far from it, but it looks like with 2 players going underpass, they're just going to end up going back into connector. And so this mid setup might be formidable. It's a really good angle open up from Apex. I mean, you can't really clear this that easily, but oh, he doesn't win the engagement. Spinks is up here. They'll be nervous surely about the fact that he was out in the open. No, they won't.
Oh, watching window instead, but it's still returned right back. The fact Hampus comes out from Palace, gets his kill. Flamesy could pressure the connector, and that drops bomb yet again.
Yeah, Hampus is low.
But he has an op.
This is a good spot to play. There's a timing inside window. We'll get worried, but Hampus makes noise.
Yep.
That's smoke, and it's not connected.
Left
to
the gap right in the middle, eh?
Yeah. Doesn't know how high Flamesy's playing, but 1v2 clean and easy for them.
Yeah, honestly, that one smoke, I mean, assuming Flamesy isn't perched a story above everybody else, that's the only angle you get spotted through. I can see why Hampus tries to make that play.
I'm like pretty surprised they let the Spinks play happen though. You know, like they get a kill on Apex, he's sitting in the middle of mid, which means they have to be covering something for him. Like Apex is a little crazy, but he's not going to take an overt risk for no reason.
Right.
And they can't seem to find Spinks, but maybe Ninjas can afford to let that one go. First time out here for Vitality.
Cheeky 1v2 from Flamesy. That'll help get this one back on the road for Vitality. Definitely winnable for Ninjas that last round. When Hampus gets the kill up from Palace. Ooh. But then they separate, give 1v1s and lose out. Now we get the immediate A play coming from Vitality. Magisk down beneath, Sphinx locked in backside.
No, but it's a very opulent Ninjas here. They've got a lot of good guns, a lot of utility, and you switch over and Vitality. They've got 2 Thomases, low on grenades already. So pretty big opportunity on this round for Ninjas.
This won't happen in CS2, I've been told.
Man, if this round ended B, this would look like a save probably for Vitality. So this is a good chance for Vitality to answer.
They got spotted.
Walking towards the window.
Flamesy saw some skin. Apex combines with Magisk, and the hold, rock solid. Everybody in their position just got some action there. All 4 players inside of the A site from the CTs, tethering nicely. Flamesy spots it. Apex first.
This is
Magisk, Sphinx, just the activation protocol there. Beautiful.
This is just like call based on the patterns, or like, you know, why should we overstack B? They don't know for sure where Ninjas are going to go, but we've seen Ninjas do slow crawls towards the A site. They know a buy's coming in. And I really like, even when you have Thomases or a couple of nades that are missing on a setup, that you try to go for some kind of stack like this. It was a cool look for Vitality, and they just sort of gelled into place right away. And they were also correct about what Ninjas wanted.
Oh, ooh. Getting ratty with the angles. Buttery smooth A-hold. Zonix yelling, getting fired up. We wanted them pushed early. We got them pushed early. Time for them to push back. Speaking of pushes. Okay,
wow.
that could have been way worse, I feel like.
That's a bomb spotted.
Felt like the dropped gun maybe blocked a bullet or two. I swear that second player should have at least taken like 50 damage, but...
Yeah, true. But this is... Your entire plans have been made obvious at the moment. A fast A hit, gets called out, 1 kill, bomb spotted. That player goes down.
But they hear this. Sphinx moving around with Hampus down beneath him. Zywoo holds.
Oh my goodness, great. Oh, but Hampus lets him go.
He'll get away.
Wow, surely if Hampus swung instantly, that was a kill, but
missed chance.
It was a gift.
Apex will hide. Await his chance. Config sees his shoulder, deals with him. Zywoo feeling like he's stuck right now. Kind of pressuring over towards Palace, keeping them all at bay, just puffing his chest to try and hold them back because Flamesy has to come help, and that site is empty. It causes them to be cautious, and Config is caught. Brolin bounces back up. Off of the bomb plant with a Molotov towards connector, hoping to section off the fights, but Zywoo gonna make up for a couple missed shots with 2 frags on the round, 3, doing the majority of the work as Vitality close the gap.
Yeah, so he stays alive and then makes his presence known. Really nice here for Zywoo. Good pulls from everyone involved. I mean, this really comes down to Magisk's timing and to Zywoo getting the op down, and then the trades don't really matter from there. Vitality fully prepared for everything else. But at least there's a plant here for Ninja.
Yep. And I would say at least a recovery from what was looking really bad out of the start. He's yelling today. You know,
Some
compared to
bad
Hampus's half-ass cheering, that's...
Some menacing energy in the building at the moment.
I get it. Spot at fall finals on the line. The easiest road possible. Win today. Don't deal with the gauntlet. Obviously, Vitality coming from major trophy lifts to blast groups. I don't want to deal with Ninjas. Nice position here from Apex versus the Pistols. He's going to farm 2.5. Sets up Sphinx to clean up shop. Ninjas still have some utility over the top of the buildings, so they stutter step it, and met by fire, they'll hold. See if Brolin can throw a wrench in the works of the connector play.
They're putting together a lot of lurks in these rounds, but
Nice.
nice shots here from Brolin.
It's an M4 and a frag.
It's 2 upgraded guns in the 3v3 with time.
They didn't see more than one up inside the apartments, so ZywOo's still concerned about Palace.
I think the double A retake makes sense here, but they're leaving a gap on window, and Flamesy's just watching it from behind at the moment. So this locks up the CT rotations. I thought they were going to go into the site and come after. It looks like they are now, but for the meantime, the timing for Ninja should be good. Lots of pressure on Spinks.
Right? ZywOo's going to start to double back.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, ready for it.
Now they
Spinks-
know. Now they know.
Yep. Locks into what he knows is going to be the apartments play. It's where Apex set it all up, and it's where Spinks is going to end it. So things were looking sketchy. We could all see how Ninjas could have got back in there, but the timing from ZywOo to a T.
Looked like they were moving a bit slow for a second, but of course everything falls into ZywOo's lap. Never too late. Always just on time.
Like Gandalf.
If only he would respawn.
Feels bad. Quick jump from Apex. Nobody's swinging. Vitality will happily just throw Spinks ever closer. Spinks versus Config. I would watch that 1v1 all day. Config with a headshot.
Been good on the openers.
Yep.
Oh, this nade could be. Oh no, it's a
off.
little off. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a little D in that W. I just can't recover the slack either, so it's a 5v4 for Ninjas as they look to get back in the lead. Curiosity killed the cat. Vitality getting adventurous in the apartments, falling away.
Oh yeah. That's what we'd like to see. And he stays on apps. That's not small. You know, he's going to keep some info for a second. Sees no chase. Looks like he did eventually fall off. They're going to re-clear mid. This could be head trick dying or head trick winning the entire round. You know, we'll see. Oh, the boost. It's going to be so safe, surely.
Well timed. Again, the timings here just work out. And ZywOo gets the clip.
Now they see the cat run up as well.
Yep. Flamesy can easily turn around, help out Apex if he needs the help. It's a kill and an assist from the EIGL.
Wow.
And ZywOo swings out because he is also very fluid in his movements.
Such great setups out of Vitality. I mean, they definitely just got copy and paste setups. Like every team would benefit from taking some of the CT setups that Vitality are putting together.
Ooh. Yeah, he's powered up. I saw a couple misses out of ZywOo at the start of the match. I was getting nervous. But now we're talking 5 in a row from the CT side. And a chance to extend that lead versus Pistols. Everybody contributing here for Vitality. Isn't that a welcome sight? 8, 7, or 6 frags each.
You know what they say, ain't no sitting at the table if you're bringing nothing to it.
What's your go-to potluck contribution? What do you bring into the dinner table?
My girlfriend's a great cook, so
Okay.
my life's a movie.
One smoke now left on config. We'll get a player up into the window. This is being given over because Spinks just has an angle on it from inside market. And with the A defense so far forward, connector control, jungle control, it's not the end of the day. If they lose it all. ZywOo. Gonna see some movement come out of that smoke. Well, he softens him up for ZywOo to feast. It is 3 kills from the Chosen One, as Rez now stuck between all of Vitality, toppled by Magisk. Little Danish flavors sprinkled on top. 7-5.
7-5, and when does it stop? I think some, like Nip, in terms of feeling compared to the last time Hampus was on the team, they feel a little different for sure. I think they've got a lot of lurks in these rounds, but no, this time it's not always Hampus since the last time that they played, and I think they're lurking on most rounds, and they're doing sort of ambitious rotations in a lot of situations, which I think sets them apart a little bit too. It worked a little bit in the beginning, not so much anymore. Not to say that it won't continue to work, though. Brolin has been one of those players to be aggressive by himself. I mean, if Hempus can figure out how to use Brolin to, the best of his ability, that'll be a feather in his cap as well. That's something the streets have been waiting to see activated for some time.
Yeah, for I think more time than we remember nowadays. It's been years we've been calling on Brolin. I saw a graph the other day of his inconsistencies, just his rating over time, and it's crazy how just as it starts to build up, it takes that dip back down. You can almost copy and paste the trend for a couple years. Whether or not that's also Ninjas going through the same wave or just him specifically.
Yeah, buff the Krieg.
Give it back to him. Molly underneath window. Apex. No. Oh, yep. I think maybe he peeked right before the smoke popped.
Yeah.
But he did still die. Oh, and that opens it up because you saw for a second Magisk turn his attention, and half a second later the peek comes out. But ZywOo's also just smashing pumpkins bottom mid. Rez just got nailed to the wall. But all that really matters is the bomb is planted, and it's going to call for a Vitality retake between ZywOo and Flamesy.
No!
And ZywOo, it's like he's just flying around the playground.
He was just on cat.
Down the slide, over the monkey bars, runs across the seesaws, and stomps on a player's head, pushes head trick into the 1v2, and he's going to be exposed to Flamesy in a second. Nice kill as the flash pops. He still gets his hit. And then he gets back around the corner. That kill right there could secure him this clutch.
He can't win this round surely with no smoke, right? He can
Frag.
Last chance right here. Oh, nice jump spot.
Nicely done.
That's beautiful.
So the kill versus ZywOo while blind locks it in.
Locks it in. Nicely done, Head Trick. And I mean, even though they're not one-to-one comparable, Head Trick has been having a great event. Great start to the season. Loving Head Trick so far, for sure. Another player with excellent movement, of course.
Flamesy. That's nice. Nice shot.
I mean, that's ZywOo's own flash as well. If he doesn't hit that, he's dead. He's completely dead. It's going to be a skewer from the A ramp and CT. This pressure comes in.
I love that. Config gives him the golf clap. Shakes his head in disbelief. Slick kill that locks in a 1v2. It's a 1v2 from Flamesy, another one from Head Trick, and a jump over ZywOo's angle. He'll lose a quarter of his health. And Spinks takes a couple steps forward. ZywOo, yeah, he sees that as a chance to get aggressive.
Yeah, the perfect pre-clear. Hempus is gone.
ZywOo up to 13-5. Rez trying to chase him, but it's gone now, that timing. Head Trick will anticipate a re-peek. And while ZywOo is indeed inside connector, it's Apex who just walks right into the crosshair. Rez ready. And a 4v4.
Looked like he was writing a jump spot, but did it a little bit too late. Uh-oh. Wow, man. He's prescient today.
Oh, he's going to snap it up.
Nope. We're going to see the
Spinks
scope, though, yeah.
Sees the barrel. He's going to walk out. And then he'll clear bottom mid, or nope, plays it safe. So that just leaves Rez finagled. Not sure if he should deal with ZywOo and Con or Spinks up in ladder. Rez has his hands full in middle. And Brolin's kind of on his own mission through apartments. There's a world where Brolin could still win this on his own. We'll see what the timing comes down to on his duel. He's having himself a good game, top fragging, 11-9. The Flamesy, patient. Rez pulls back. He's going to try to sprint over, or no, they call the save. They're out.
Yeah. I feel like the style is sort of wearing thin at this point. Like it's losing in the defaults a lot of times, and it was a 5-1 start. So even though the score is marginally close at the moment, now that it's 8-6, and we look at the streak of rounds vitality of 1, we are starting to see that Ninjas have lost multiple deaths in a lot of these defaults, untradeably, into losing the rounds, and it's been like rinse and repeat. So yeah, pushes vitality to come up with something new, but every time they do, it works. Maybe we need some kind of tempo change, but the last time Ninjas tried to call that full A quick, that also got called out.
Yeah, they got sprayed down the moment they exit Palace. So final attempt to do anything different. Little pack of Vitality players heading towards top mid. The deep angle for underpass as well. See if Spinks... Ooh, Spinks on an op. Okay.
Let's pop.
I will watch with an open mind. See how Spinks contributes. Smoke goes over out of spawn. Flamesy awaiting contact. 2 here. Flash is fantastic. And he doesn't overcommit either.
Gotta love that.
Knows he has time for that one little burst. Tries to get both.
And
doesn't chance it.
And I think Spinks took a shot too because they just fell out of that. So now they lose position a little bit. They don't get anything out of it. Flamesy on the same angle.
Yeah, just reposted. Maybe another flash comes out. Magix doesn't have any more. But even that angle, catching him off guard. So Flamesy does his job. Nice. Yeah. He gets his double kill in the end. Just had to be patient for it. Brolin continuing to top perform for Ninjas. Magisk floating bottom mid. It's a long-range fight, but he gets there. And he's got support as well in window in the form of Apex. It's low HP for Config, but Rez could clear underpass and reopen the round. Sure enough. Quick kill on the little that was left of Magisk.
But that's both players spotted inside a middle. ZywOo sitting comfortably in the palace. Going to be sort of hard to suss him out. They could walk up Cat, but whichever way they go, they got to figure it out now.
Yeah, and whichever way they go, there's an op waiting for them.
So ZywOo looked like he's going to take an early fight. Probably. Oh, he gets spotted. That's something big, and Rez gets another.
All right, then. Ninjas looking for that 7th. Spinks retaken with an op. Missed shot. And now he's down to 9 HP, so it looks like Rez has gone above and beyond in round 15. Sure enough, a 3K from Rez. A flash of his past, as it's Ninjas to keep it close. 6 rounds looked excellent, but because of the 5-1 start and a couple more rounds sprinkled in at the very end there, it's a 7-round T-half from Ninjas.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's nothing to write off. You've got Brolin playing well, Rez is playing well, and that could just give more runway for Headtrick to maybe get some impact, because even with that 1v2, he's 5 and 9 on the half, but now he's on the CT side.
I like these arguments. The odds start to come slightly back in the favor of Ninja. Slightly. Yeah, still 5-1, but understandable.
Again, I'm still expecting Vitality to close, but I see the road to victory for Ninjas, which is all we it's all we hope for. We wanted some competition tonight. We're getting it. Rez, Hampus, Brolin, headshots in abundance. ZywOo 2, 3, and the 4th one, catches him off, but he still has the health advantage. Hampus almost dead. ZywOo, 4 kills. Headshots when you least expect it, and Rez shaking in his shoes. ZywOo's got the bomb, and he's got ice in his veins, and he's got a tap to close it. The legend of Lance. Every time you write him off, the talent shines through.
That's not his first with a P250, and it probably won't be his last. Another magic moment out of ZywOo. Unreal in the middle of all this chaos. And after he got rattled, had to reload, just slowly shoved himself into that angle to catch Hampus' next move and took out Rez with 1 bullet. Unreal.
Let's go.
Wow. The irony. Apex screaming, sit down, bro. You're the only one standing up. Understandably. Electricity from ZywOo to kick off the second half. To remind you, he is no mere mortal. Clean headshots. And a chance to just now overwhelm an A site. It is, of course, the force coming out of Ninjas, and I like that they're getting active, trying to go take that ramp while they can. Smoke on jungle. Spinks falls. Doesn't clear Brolin right away. It's getting messy. Flamesy able to get the first opener. We've got CT stuck in smoke, but Brolin pushing through gives him a gun. It's an upgrade. It's ZywOo headhunting with a scout still back on ticket. Someone looking to pressure the site soon. Look at the way they've had it swarmed. Config comes in, looking to be inspired by what ZywOo put forth. The Desert Eagles connecting as Config has come through massive with the multi-kill. And now who's laughing?
How did they match that energy? Into the next round, and Deagles come back in their direction. An even better pistoling round from all players involved here on NIF. Hampus put together one as well. Brolin on the jump away for Spinks, and I thought that was going to be the big moment of the round. Like, wow, crazy shots are getting hit today. No, it didn't stop there. puppies are officially out.
Yeah. Sit down, he said. And on his ass he is. Apex. Everybody else forced up here too. I love this. I love this ego battle we've locked into. Look at the Deagles in play.
Yeah.
Right? Anything you can do, we can do better. But the question is still unanswered. 5v4. Rez shaves Apex off the play. Damage on Spinks won't make this any easier for Vitality. Ninja's fighting tooth and nail for this early CT momentum. And this T has slid into the windows. Flamesy's going to get charged down. The Galil, or excuse me, M4 bests him. And it seems like the CTs stabilize.
The pistol could have mentally ruined you, but they have brought this back, and now there's a real chance for an upset here on Mirage. Maybe looking at a 5 alive round as well, on top of saving in that last round, or maybe the investment was there, but now everybody's got funds. This is beautiful for Nip. Into a CT side, they're 100% looking forward to. Let's see how far they can take it.
Doors open. Also had a 5-1 start in the first half. This will get messy. I guarantee you violence. Some easy freebies to be picked up here by Hampus. Big old pack of players coming at him. Oh yeah. 3 frags. Cleanup crew's already in position. ZywOo still with a Glock is taking people's heads off.
How's he strafing like that?
I don't know, man.
He made that window look massive.
It's just doing ZywOo things. Plays on skates. But it is still ninjas with conversions.
Yeah. Well, he's a force right now, that's for sure. I mean, Vitality as a whole team looked very good. So this is just looking so legitimate for ninjas because they're taking down ZywOo at full strength. Awesome CT side for what it's worth in terms of quality rounds out of the setups from Vitality. You can see Vitality are taking this very seriously. Every round, it's a somber mood or an energetic mood when they win. And yet, Ninjas, here they are in the lead.
Flash in for the ramp peak. Yeah, on the money. And just in case there was a second, oh, Config, instant headshot. Between Config, Brolin, and Rez, the rifling's looking good here for Ninjas. ZywOo tries to bring it back. Head trick, double op kill.
Wow.
He's comfortable in the window.
Wow, they kind of, yeah, everything failed. They kept walking back into mid. They lost their underpass guy. They weren't ready to attack from top of mid at the same time. The setup is ideal for Ninjas. They're ready for this exact variation, and, well, they come up golden. Spinks in this 1-on-4, I mean, I don't think he feels like he can simply stay alive, so there's a roamer right behind him.
And a crossfire ahead if he keeps pushing out.
Yeah. Spinks is about to be left for dead. I don't know if he's been spotted, however. Wow. Actually not.
All right, he's found a little pocket to maybe save in. There's also time for Hampus to run it back if they really want to force this issue. Extra money for the CTs. Now they're taking their sweet time with Palace. They think he's up there instead, so it looks like he'll be good. Like the Ninjas.
I mean, this round is so important, and the fact they win it so clean. Like, look at the money already, and the money next round now. They've got another 4 alive round.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Vitality don't bring this close.
Fat stacks.
Yeah, they're going to have multiple buys. Even if they lose at this point. And sort of just good reads across the map, right? They knew it was going to be mid like this. They caught the timing where Magisk would be there on the ramp. Every kill looked effortless, just great angles being held on the right timings, and all the support that you could ask for.
9 fast.
Ooh, yeah,
Love it.
smoke was missed.
Matt just taking the responsibility into his own hands. It'd be foolish to write off Vitality in rounds like these. And they know Spinks saved something.
Tempting to think about ending A with the gun at the top of Con, but it's one of the hardest parts of the map to get to. That smoke comes up finally. They see Hampus. Leave window open. Head trick pressure now off in play.
ZywOo coming up cat, already on Arch. ZywOo, he's gotten past the timings. He's challenging inside sight. Config kills the one in window. Both are trying to lock in
Now they're
ZywOo.
thinking about connector.
Oh man, he connected. Oh, and now he's got the Opper occupied. A second CT here will clear him. Brolin, just wait. Play it right.
They can't. If Brolin lets him get too far,
He's good.
Oh, they're not clearing
He's
this?
got it. Yeah, back turned. Brolin, patient as ever. 21 and 11.
Okay.
Nearly eclipsing ZywOo at this point.
Yes. Happy to talk about Brolin. Absolutely. He was the last line of defense there on A. They could have planted. If they killed him, that would have been another gun upgrade on a round where they had pistols. So here's the first one for Magisk, and this opens things up, and then ZywOo puts a little bit of magic over on the B site to influence and incentivize the rotations to stay over, and they're over there hoping it is going to be B. And it's a solid mid-round from Apex to say, okay, we got a chance to go up through connector, but it's not enough.
Fast though. Already out in middle, already spamming towards ladder. CT's pull back a bit. Both sides of Con smoked. We'll see if they fight for it.
And that's actually another 3 alive round, right? From Ninjas?
Yes. 2 on B and then Brolin solo A.
A positive on cash flow.
Apex spamming a lot, shooting a lot, throwing nades. Getting crazy. Made a step. Config's on high alert. We've still got a bunch of players floating top mid, but I mean, Config knows he's in here. And there are limited places to hide. Config just trying to get that confirmation. Doesn't know which corner. I like that he tried it. Saw the gap, but also didn't take too much of a risk. Smoke will slow things down for another 20 seconds. Rez is anticipating some kind of window play. We've already seen that forward ramp presence reward the Ninjas.
Well, Teaser in a great spot, but of course, Apex had that lead off, and as you mentioned, he made a step. So Config knows for sure he was in here. Cat's wide open, but CT's worried about A.
No immediate trade. Config, beautiful hold.
Wow.
2 kills plus the dink makes ZywOo's life that much harder. Spam, oh, but denied. Brolin, he's got that little headshot angle, and Magisk takes him down. There's a chance they forget about head trick. And because of the low health on Spinks, oh, he's now put in such a tough spot. Head trick deep on ramp pays off again. Spinks can't catch him. He's got to run for bomb and plant with 7 seconds on that clock. No safety really other than the default. And even then, head trick can just run him down. He's going to do that, finish him off, and put Ninjas 3 away from a win.
Yeah, it's a little bit of solace they get is this bomb plant, but it's another round. Ninjas stay alive. They keep 2. And they've just been looking good. Great round out of Config. That hold was spectacular. Of course, he had the early clue about somebody being inside of connector somewhere. And just held on to that idea that they could still be there. And then 3 more started to walk up as they enacted the split, but he did so much work. He got 2 kills and did 50 or more damage on a third player. That's a layup for your site, guys. And the fact that head trick was also on A. It's a call out in the exact same fashion that Vitality called nip out. When they were stacking the A site versus connector splits, they've got the same level of reads, but right now, Nip are way in the lead. And they're surviving an unbelievably strong ZywOo. That pistol ace, literally in the second half, answered back with deagles on the next round. Haven't looked back since.
For the first time in a while, it's just ZywOo. Waiting for somebody else to step up. In the face of 6 consecutive CT round wins, that was the first plant in the middle of all of those. So Ninja's defense looking rock solid, and Config's going to take the fight deep into the apartments. Spinks is traded, and Rez has support to fall back. Or, never mind, Apex chases.
Nice chase out of Apex. Imagine he brought home another kill for his team here in the default. Well, this might simplify the situation in his head. He's got everybody running up in through apps There's so much time left on the clock. Hampus is going to spot one here.
But there's more. Way more.
Yeah.
And Apex
but
also
the way he's
didn't
playing
hesitate.
it, though, it doesn't feel like he spotted how close Apex was, but Apex will go down.
Yeah, Brolin's able to help out. Now they're kind of stuck, two by the windows. They stall out. They retreat. And every time they've tried to rotate into that late A play, it's either somebody in sandwich or deep ramp that's really screwed over Vitality. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody goes and takes ramp from the T side. Maybe ZywOo just throws the fake on his own.
Does this mean that Complexity could have won?
Don't, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Qualify right for fall finals? Smoke down mid-window. CTs, they're just banking on Hampus. And Hampus has been serviceable. Molotov on him, flushes him out. Oh, Matt just turns it around. Nice reaction to the rush out from Hampus. And of course, Vitality. It's that fallback from ZywOo into the mid-window smoke that got Ninjas to go double A, 1B.
Yeah.
And that 1B, not enough.
Yeah, and I guess they've had a couple rounds where they've got a lot of kills here. There's still 12K on Headtrick in this round, but it's not like 10K on every single player. So we'll see how long this can sustain. But by the way this is going, it's not as if Vitality are suddenly going to win the second round in a row. In fact, you know, if Magus doesn't get that crazy kill, it might not have been this round either. Would have been crazy to think that Vitality don't even get 10 rounds in this game.
How many players stay alive, though? Ooh, Brolin just... Weird little turn. Head trick. Uh-oh. Ooh, now... Uh-oh. Yo, that's a big dent.
Yeah.
We're already talking about how, like, there is money.
That'll force Headtrick to pay up at least.
There is money, but Headtrick's coffers are about to get cleaned out. Nice job from Apex chasing this. Scary business running down like that, but... Whew, snapped.
Holy smokes.
Uh-oh. Big lean into B.
Oh, yeah, he got ahead of that molly, no damage, but there was a little bit of sound. Last time, again, Hampus was a little bit late to respond. He'll jump out. Oh. Flash is great from Spinks. Ooh. It's a 2K, assisted by Spinks' flash, and that's it. Sight's overrun.
Just like that double headshot. Config already top middle, makes sure that Apex can't get out with anything, but ZywOo, come on now.
Damn.
Just the fact, you know, leave it to ZywOo to min-max, knife back out, knowing Hampus is getting burned off, truck like that for that half second more. A lesser man would have kept their gun out the whole time.
It doesn't feel like Hampus has that, like, perfect sense for when the B hit is coming right now, so I have a feeling this isn't going to be the last time that Vitality hit the side of the map. No,
you're right. There was sound made when ZywOo got ahead of the Molotov.
Yeah, and
but
like just
Flamesy
looking
never
at the
came back
positioning, you're not seeing the emergency protocols of, whoa, someone just slipped my Molotov. Like,
right.
I've got to be concerned. So, obviously, for us seeing how many players are ready for that hit, we've just got to be prepared. And Hampus could have got the kill. He was ready to catch the jump out in this sense, but the flash is what screwed him over.
Yeah, both of them at some point or another. Cat player also blind. ZywOo.
That's the cool thing about being an entry is, like, that's the rewarding part, you know, like, Oppers can win you games, IGLs can feel like they win you games, and entry can just win the entire round by yourself. Like, that's something nice to bring home to the team. So, and now it becomes a 2-round game, and actually, you know, Ninjas are nearing the bottom of their bank accounts now. Hampus only has a deagle.
This is all the money from Ninjas, so big round, but Apex with the trade again. Whether it's Res and Underpass or this time the connector smoke.
B again.
Jumping over the op, but he hit that shot. Spinks is low and Apex dead. Head trick comes out to the bomb site. You've got ZywOo 1v2. He knows there's one close.
Oh my God.
Trying to section off the angles.
Wait a second. Is this not going to be spotted? He's so afraid. Oh my God.
But he doesn't want to stay too tunnel visioned.
Yeah, he's going to go for a better fight here. He has to worry about the cross. It's too tempting. How does he approach this? And will he get by is the question. There is a timing for him. He's going to figure it out. No way.
Taps him with the P250, takes the plant elsewhere.
He's already aware of that.
ZywOo is simply unkillable. Not certain where the last one's at, though. This gives Brolin a chance to catch him. Shots whiz by. He's switched over to the rifle now. Fair fight. Frag softens him up. Slight health advantage. That gets the M4 into a better place. But there's a Molotov and there's a smoke as well for Brolin, so they could just play a game of rock, paper, scissors. It's a tap. It's a fake. And ZywOo doesn't bite right away.
He saw a leg.
Smooth reposition and the headshot.
Oh my God.
Because ZywOo is the best.
He really is. My God, another 1v2. 2K entry on the last round to win the round. Back-to-back 100% impact rounds out of ZywOo. Can't be done without him. They need him. They love him.
And that's everybody getting jump scared by the P250 that kills Headtrick. Crazy that ZywOo just slips between the timing there as well. Brolin walking away from Market was just holding that cross. Oh, gut-wrenching when Ninjas have to watch that one back. Even more so when you remember where it leaves them.
That's all their money.
Money's dried up. Smoke in front of the ramp, though. Teaser pushing through. The Pistols can do this! They've done it before. Headtrick's double deagle sets him up. Magisk and Apex. It's not ZywOo. It's not the unkillable. But Rez gets dropped down to 15 health, and the smokes fade.
Okay, but here's the comp. 2v3, you know they're on deagles. You don't give them the easy fight, and you actually should be still in a winning position. Bomb's going to get crossed. They threw a smoke down to sort of multiply their presence, and there's that kill. This makes it a little bit harder. It'll have to be miraculous shots, but there already have been some.
Yeah, this is when Apex and Magisk have to make it up to ZywOo. This is when they are just here to close out this round versus Pistols. Apex calls a crazy rush through smoke, loses a couple players in the process, but a calm recovery to get that next round.
Yeah, Nipper fighting hard, no doubt. On these rounds, they look awesome. They're making it close, but with the level of opponent they're dealing with, they cannot miss anything, and even with those incredible deagle shots,
Beautiful
multiple
second.
rounds on A, it's still not enough. This will be a game where I'm sure the desk is going to frame this as ZywOo's efforts were not in vain if they're the ones who win. And for Ninjas, if that's the case, such a shame based on how much they fought and how many great rounds they had on low buys, and also how good of a CT start they had. There definitely a lot to talk about. One of the teams that we didn't know how much they would level up within the groups. Definitely impressing.
Yes. When we weren't sure if anyone could push Vitality at all. At least giving us a challenge and some excitement tonight. Still anybody's map. Vitality do not look flawless. Hampus, secondary op. Apex. He's been walking at this bomb site, so no surprise he gets caught out by that. Nice adaptation from Hampus. Good opening for Ninjas. Flamesy looking for his chance to get impact, and he will. It's Config's head torn off, and Headtrick not sitting in window like he has been, but instead over towards Connector. And Hampus, oh, gifted a second. Spinks walking through smoke, a sitting duck, but a quick spot on Rez into the commitment. 3v3, we go again.
Man, everyone's giving it back.
And Headtrick up close on smoke. Not comfortable. He sees the feet, though.
Wow.
Flamesy shaved off the play, but there's another couple players right there. There's bomb thrown down onto the dirt. Headtrick doubles back, gets the back shot into Magisk. No way he can do this again. Not on 17 health, not surrounded like this. Ninjas 14 first.
Massive from Headtrick, man. That 3K, seeing 1 foot off the corner of a smoke, hitting that shot, not letting him walk through and seeing what happens. And the game has been so close that even with Vitality making this comeback, it's still, and Ninjas in the lead. And Hampus with a great idea, the CT setups to call out the T attack, the default into B. And even if that's not your ideal opper holding that side of the map, it's the right time to put it in his hands. And now, look, I think they start to get a little angry. They think, we know how much we can bully you on this side of the map. We have in the past. We're not afraid of the round you just put together. But Hampus wisely calls for some early assistance in Headtrick.
Yes, the op's already here, and you've got Hampus in this position, but two get past. Hampus with nothing. Config comes off Cat, and another kill out of Headtrick. He's doing everything he has to. Up close, a third, and Config's here to close. They've done it. It's 15, and that energy, electric.
He's unshakable, and at least, we talk about how good ZywOo's compared to Headtrick, but Headtrick's team right now is better on average than ZywOo's. Great support and assistance from their Cat players. Good composure here as Headtrick does not get rocked. Hits some great shots. This one's maybe the most impressive, just not clicking too early. Trusting his Cat player to cover him, and Config does just that.
Yes, Config, great bodyguarding coming up through that Cat smoke. The util was all there for Vitality, but the CTs swarmed them.
And that's where the calling's been solid. Like, we see Hampus completely fail. Like, he gets played with. The flashes as they're executing are so perfectly layered that there's no time for him to peek. Even his teammate in first support holding window, and Headtrick can't shoot them as they're exiting apps. And then he gets rocked on the jiggle, but he has enough players there just in case it is a B hit that early that they can survive.
Just in case.
And there's a difference between having a Cat player and having mid control and Config at the top of mid, and having your opper close by market, but not inside the site. That really tells you how ready they were for that kind of hit.
That's now Headtrick, Config, and Brolin, all with 20 kills or more. You've got ZywOo sitting pretty on 30, but this team is strapped for cash. Phenomenal opportunity for Ninjas to get the first map over Vitality. But a missed Palace smoke, awkward.
Last time they missed a smoke, it got scary.
Scout shot, denied. ZywOo's dead. If Vitality are going to keep fighting on Mirage, they've got to do it without their god. And Headtrick waiting for that Palace peek. He dares you. Just sick second half from Headtrick. More pressure coming out of ramp. Headtrick peeks in. Spinks is dead. Magisk falls. Headtrick just murdering. And as they press into him, Flamesy's looking to show his worth, but he falls to the 8-4 and Config's off the stairs. It is Ninjas in pajamas with a Mirage map win, and Vitality bleed in this